So, is this the best 2 points that you'll ever spend? Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics for a quick tip video. Everyone loves to purge the Xenos with bolters, so what could be better than strapping 2 bolters together? I am of course talking about the Storm Bolter, a 2-point war gear option that fires twice the shots that your regular bolter does. Now, if we're looking to optimize a Space Marine army, then there's quite a simple rule for Storm Bolters. If the unit has the option to take a Storm Bolter, and you weren't planning on taking any other weapon instead of that Storm Bolter, then you should definitely pay the 2 points to bring one along. 2 points for a potential 4 shots of bolter fire is about the best deal you're ever going to get. Let's take the regular tactical squad as the prime example. The sergeant has the option to take a combi weapon, and Storm Bolters are now listed in the combi weapons list. As of the new book, a tactical squad of 5 models will set you back 60 points, and at 24-inch range, when they're using the beta bolter rule, they'll put out 10 bolter shots. If you pay the additional 2 points to give the sergeant a Storm Bolter instead of his regular bolter, then the squad will be putting out 12 bolter shots. You have essentially bought yourself an entire extra Space Marines firepower for just 2 points. Even if you weren't planning on using them for their firepower every single game, if they were just chilling out of the back holding objectives, I'm willing to bet that over the course of several games, those Storm Bolters will fire enough to earn their points back. I mean, if you buy a Storm Bolter on any individual tac squad, then it only has to kill 1 orc once every 3 games to make its points back, and this thing could potentially do more than that in one single phase. There's plenty of ways that you can even boost the firepower of your Storm Bolters. If you happen to be playing an army that's going to be using the tactical doctrine anyway, then they'll have an extra AP-1 from turn 2 onwards. And if you're playing Ultramarines, they'll be able to move and rapid fire at 24-inch range, which is very reliable long-range firepower. If you're playing Crimson Fists or Imperial Fists, then of course the Bolters will get extra hits on rolls of 6, so that's another great option for making an already auto-include even better. So where else can you throw Storm Bolters all over your army list? Every single vehicle that can take a Storm Bolter should take a Storm Bolter. If your Space Marine captains don't have a shooting weapon and they aren't needing both of their hands to use 2 weapons, say if you're wanting to run a Thunderhammer Storm Shield Smash Captain, if you didn't fancy paying the 10 points for his Storm Shield, then you should take a Storm Bolter on him, as this will let him fire off a bunch of 2-up re-rolling 1 shots before he charges in. Bike Squad Sergeants can also take a Storm Bolter, and they will always be able to rapid fire at 24 inches, so that's a great place to add some extra firepower. Funnily enough, Scout Sergeants can now also pack Storm Bolters, and because of their forward positioning, they're likely to be able to leverage them from turn 1. Of course, Company Veteran Squads can field them en masse. A Company Veteran with a Storm Bolter is 16 points, and you could throw them in a drop pod and have them drop down turn 1 to unleash 40 strength 4 shots on the unsuspecting opponent's frontline infantry. On Dreadnoughts, the Storm Bolter is actually a legitimate reason to not want to upgrade to the Heavy Flamer, because 4 shots at 24-inch range off a Dreadnought is often more useful than D6 auto hits only at 8-inch range, and because the Storm Bolter is so much cheaper on the Dreadnought's Power Fist, it's a bit of a no-brainer in my books. You should only ever not take a Storm Bolter if your strategy revolves around taking a piece of war gear will stop you from taking the option of the Storm Bolter. Like I said before, say if you have a Smash Captain with a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, those things could be more use to him than a Storm Bolter. Or say if you were putting a tactical squad in a drop pod and you wanted to give the Sergeant a Combi Melter instead. I won't go on to labour the point, basically just buy Storm Bolters wherever you can, because they're just awesome firepower for the points. Feel free to subscribe so you don't miss my next quick tip video, where we'll be looking at the Storm Shield. Spoilers ahead, there may be some similar themes to this video. Thank you for listening to Auspex Tactics, and I'll see you in the next video.